What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. And in all of this transfer storm, whatever, frustration, let me call it frustration, because of strikers, midfielders, no center backs. The biggest thing is Bremer coming back stronger than ever. Actually, he needs to come back stronger than before. And that's the point and maybe the issue. I don't think that's possible. But he's going to need to do that because the club is pretty convinced that they are okay at the back unless an opportunity really arises and others are leaving. So Bremer is under some enormous pressure, like insane pressure, just purely because the club put the pressure on him. I don't think the fans the fans have certain expectations, but I think as a fan base, we all know, okay, he's coming back from an injury. Look at Van Dijk. He came back. The first season he had was poor, and then he became top again. So he needed time to get back into the groove, and that's okay. Chiellini didn't really need time, in my opinion, but he had injuries as well afterwards, and now we're sitting here and banking our hopes on Bremer. And actually, if we're not signing anyone, fair or not fair, all hope lies on Bremer. It's brutally honest, but that's the thing, and it's frustrating. It's not fair towards Bremer. It's not fair towards actually the fan base, and not even Tudor, unless Tudor agrees with the current situation at the club. But before we get into it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, because there are some things that we need to discuss when it comes to Bremer. I think all of you know the classic saying when it's the January market and it's like player X is like a new signing, and the entire fan base loses its mind because the media knows how to wind us up, and it's not like a new signing. A player's coming back from injury, Right now, we need to take it literally. Bremer is like a new signing because who the hell is coming in from a certain level? We can sign Almeria players, or was that Real Murcia players? I don't know what it was. These are not the players you need to improve what we already have. We have already a bunch of okay-ish players, bad players at the back, players you cannot really trust. We need top quality or top potential, and we don't have that in that squad right now. Bremer coming back, by default, pure based on his quality, he's going to bring that. However, he's been out for a very long time, and we as a fan base should be fair towards him. If he doesn't hit the ground running from the get-go, it's only normal. If he struggles with his fitness level, it's only normal. They're taking their time, so I'm perfectly fine with that. But we did that with Chiesa, taking our time, and look how that turned out. It was a disaster when he came back. Injured, and then played poorly as well. So, as much as I want to believe that Bremer comes back and fix all our issues, I cannot do that. I cannot do that because of that injury, and because the issues are beyond Bremer. Even with Bremer, we need more quality. I remember when Bremer went down, and we stayed afloat for quite some time. So, a couple of games with Kalulu and Gatti, and with more time passings, the limitations showed, and it showed they're not top defenders, and we knew that. I think everybody knows that. Besides Bremer, we don't have a top defender. We maybe have good defenders and some bad defenders, but we don't have top defenders or top quality defenders, or defenders you're looking at, you're like, you know what? In a year or two, they're absolutely top like Bremer. No. Like in a year or two, does anyone believe that Kalulu, Gatti, Kelly, Savona, these players will reach the level Bremer has reached? Because I don't. And that's my point, We need to consider Bremer missing games, or just being benched because he cannot play full 90 minutes week in, week out at the beginning. And that is important to the season. Dropping points at the start of the season because, you couldn't play Bremer. You can see how much you miss a player like Bremer. Obviously for his qualities, but also his leadership. Like actually a leader, a real leader at the back. Not the leader the club wants us to believe in. Like a leader, you see a leader when he's on that pitch. It's as simple as that. The club can wrap it up 1,000 times the way they want, as many times as they want, like I said, how they want, put it out on social media week in, week out. As a fan base, we have eyes. We just see, or I see, when a player is leading, and when he's leading, it's because he's pure quality and he offers something to the team week in, week out. That's a leader by default. That's a leader. Because if you look at a player playing for a team, and we all play sports probably at any level, and one guy is putting in top performances, giving his all week in, week out, and it's quality, you want to reach that quality as well. You feel kind of ashamed, or you feel like you're letting them down for not reaching or even trying to reach that level. I don't think players are looking at Kalulu and Gatti and all the others, and even Kalulu and Gatti are not looking at the others playing in front of them saying, that's it. They're all comfortable in their positions, but nobody really is leading. So that, besides the quality, having him back on the pitch to lead is massive. It's absolutely massive. But the task at hand for him goes beyond just defending, beyond, keeping a clean sheet. It goes above. I need to do a two-man job at this moment in time. I need to make up for so many deficiencies at the back when it comes to player profile, to quality, and maybe formation. I don't know what Tudor is going to play a back three. If he's going to do that, then obviously players are going to play out of formation position by default, considering what we have. So the pressure is on. I'm happy that he's coming back. I think we're all happy that he's coming back. I think I'm more excited to see him back than Jonathan David or whoever we sign. Is it a Jadon Sancho? Is it a Hulmond? Is it an Ederson? Whoever we are going to sign, I'm looking forward to seeing Bremer back on that pitch. The first game of the season, I'm not sure if Bremer starts, obviously, but if he starts, my focus for those 90 minutes are going to be on Bremer, because that's the most important thing for us this season. If we want to have even a semi-decent season, it all depends on Bremer being back fit and playing at a very high level from the get-go. So my focus, when do we play the first game? The 20th or something? I don't know. I forgot. The 18th? My focus is on Bremer. Is he playing? Is he not playing? Oof. That's already a big blow. Is he playing? Can he stay fit? How does he move? Is he actually at the level from the get-go? And then I will look at the new signings and how they will perform. Because the Bremer, we can sign whatever we want. If we don't have a good Bremer at the back next season, it's going to be an extremely long season. And even with him, it could be an extremely long season because, again, you cannot have one player carrying the entire team or entire back line. But when it comes to that, trying to look decent at the back, it will stand or fall with Bremer and how he is coming back. So that is my focus, working towards that game. Obviously, we need signings. I get that, but yeah, coming back stronger than ever, and that's a must. Fair or not fair, that's what the club has put out basically with their policy. So we just need to hope, I guess. But in the comments, let me know. Do you think it's fair towards Bremer? The expectations the club are putting on him by default. And do you think he will deliver? Do you think he can pick it up from the get-go? Let me know, and we will talk about it in the comment section. Ciao.